What's
Okay.
up?
Just want to talk to you about this song.
Okay,
Obviously it's my favorite. I think it's um a lot of the chorus favorites actually. It's probably some of
that's
it like
fire.
is it one of your favorites on the album?
Honestly, I have other favorites.
No, really.
Just songs that kind of like mean more or that I kind of I mean it is one of my favorites for sure, but like I definitely have it's not like top three. It's like top four.
Hmm. How many
I
songs
like
are there?
both
There's
though.
10?
Yeah, there's 10 songs.
Let's talk about the song Currents because it is one of my favorites. It's obviously why I picked it originally, and I haven't gotten very far in the script or um the idea. I know I like kind of like briefed you about it a little bit. Um
Hmm.
But yeah, so let's just go through it quickly. A Raiders game is on in about 8 minutes. So
Damn, maybe you should watch that.
it's all good, man.
I was watching the Rams game yesterday. It was pretty
But did it suck?
it kind of sucked, yeah.
Yeah,
They
they
could
weren't.
not
Yeah,
they could not do anything.
yeah, because
And then I
yeah,
watched the Warriors preseason game, which was amazing.
yeah. Except they
Fucking
lost
Jordan
to
Poole. Okay, I don't really
Jordan
care,
Poole's
but
crazy. Yeah, I don't really care either, honestly. It's just
Jordan Poole,
preseason.
yeah, Jordan
Yeah,
Poole
kind of popped
fucking
off.
he did.
Okay. So first question is, what inspired you to make this song?
Um, Honestly, like uh, I had my friend was at my place and he was making music. I had a lot of caffeine, which gives me a lot of energy, which kind of gets the creativity going sometimes. And I don't know, I just kind of started going through sounds and logic and came up with just a little chords that you hear at the beginning was the first thing that I made. Uh and then I thought it would sound cool with some drums. I added those drums. And then as I was kind of going, I was really liking the direction it was going, but I kind of wanted something a bit different. So then I added some I decided to kind of take it at like halftime with the drums a little bit to just kind of like open the song up a little bit.
Yeah.
The thing with most of my music is it's not like inspiration from like, oh, I don't know. Like my inspiration is mostly just like kind of going off of ideas that I kind of make. It's not really like just whatever's happening in my life at the time.
Mm. I mean, you kind of covered a few of the questions I was gonna ask anyway.
Oh, really?
Well, they're I guess like you can expand on them.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
one of the things I was gonna ask was, you obviously explained how you kind of just threw a bunch of stuff into Logic. Like,
Yeah.
is that so? Like, I mean, is that how like you would normally make your music, or is the process different for different songs?
My process is kind of the same for most of my songs. I just kind of am able to hear elements that I feel like are missing in a song, and so I can kind of like come up with ways to kind of present that.
Mm,
Like I'm trying to find the file. I can't find the file. Wait. Okay. With this song in particular, it was a lot of just me kind of throwing stuff down and seeing what worked. Uh, but like there were like some subtle instruments and stuff that were just kind of like me thinking something small was missing and then filling that with, whatever.
yeah. So yeah, so that was like that's sort of how you go about doing like most of your songs, is what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's cool. Like, so when you listen back to this song after making it and hearing it for the first time, did you know that it was going to be on the album immediately?
Low key, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I wasn't planning on making an album at the time, but I
Right.
knew because this was I kind of have like long breaks in between like making songs and stuff
Right. Yeah,
that
because
are
it's
like
not
this
it's not
too.
like a requirement thing or anything, right?
Yeah, yeah. I just kind of like make music whenever I like on my own terms.
Right.
And so with this, I kind of knew something was special as it kind of was I felt like the ideas were really like transitioning well into the next section. And by that I mean like I could kind of come up with a cohesive way because I had an idea of what I wanted the second half to sound like, but I was able to kind of come up with a cohesive way to like get from the first section, small transition, second section without the audience kind of like, I guess, being taken aback, but like also in a good way. I don't
Mm.
know if that makes sense.
No, it definitely does. I think when I was listening to it for just the first few times, and even when I was writing the original script, um, I was writing with the music because it almost had like
Yeah.
a very like emotional value to it, like how it would go up and then down and then go slower, and how the drums would pick back up at some points.
Yeah.
Like what do you think this song like means, like to you or to others? Like, what do you want the audience to feel or think when they hear it?
Um, I think the first half of the song is definitely it's a lot more lighthearted than the second half. And I think that the audience should kind of understand that. It should start kind of like happy, up tempo, like that transition, and then the darker elements start to come in, and like, it kind of it's like a cycle almost. Like you have like the happy, kind of fun, upbeat stuff at the beginning. You have like the short, dark transition, and then you have like the end, which is kind of like cool almost, and kind of dark, but like slow.
Right. Yeah, a lot of different emotions.
Yeah.
Um, so would you say that there's a message or some sort of deeper meaning behind this song? Like if you could write like your own story to this song, like how do you think it would go?
I'm honestly terrible at writing stories, which is why I stick with music.
Well, I am too. I mean, it's such a good song, but like I felt like it comes so naturally, but I'm here sitting like stuck in my own like little writer's block as well. So
Yeah. I think it would focus on like the emotions of a person. Kind of like how they like it can be happy and then transition to like a darker place.
yeah.
But then I think by the end it kind of like, I don't know, by the end it kind of like chills out a little bit. But I think the second half should definitely be like huge switch and like how everything is filmed and how everything is like it feels within the video and within the story. But I can't like, I'd have to kind of think of something like a better kind of way to write a story with this because I don't
Yeah.
write stories. I'm not very good at that, but
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm here. um I don't know if you know this or not, but something that they teach us in film and just like for my major in general is about color and about how like color can be translated very well with sound into film. Obviously
yeah.
this is a non-verbal song. It's a no lyrics and it's only instrumental. um
Hmm.
do you think that this song has like one or a few different like specific colors, or like are there colors that you think of when you listen to the song? Like does it bring out a certain mood?
um I definitely think that there are colors to this song, and there are colors to all my songs. And like most music, uh, I'm not good at somebody who can like listen to music and think of colors unless it has like a very particular like vibe to it. I
Right.
think definitely like a lot of neon, uh, kind of like the brighter, the first half is kind of like the brighter, more um like fun side of it, and then the second half is like a little bit more chaotic with its coloring and like darker tones, but still kind of neon, like still the same theme, like the same scheme of colors, but like a little bit more chaotic and more dark. I don't know if that makes sense because I'm not really good at explaining like
No,
color to music.
it definitely does, just based on how like the song changes so much. I can see all the the different places where you're pulling the ideas from. So no,
Yeah.
it totally makes sense. Yeah. It's obviously your song. It's, something that you made and something that you had to somewhat visualize. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, of course. And then finally, this is unrelated to the song. The album came out months ago now, but we're just now starting to make the music videos for it and starting to write the music videos for it. Can you talk a little bit talk a little bit about the album and you know what do these songs mean to it? What does the entire album mean to you?
Um, I fucking love this album because it took me about a year to make, a little bit less than a year. And it's all the songs just kind of like happen naturally throughout me kind of like making it. So originally there was going to be three albums, and then there was going to be two, and then I changed it a bunch. Like I have so many like fucking drafts of just like early albums where it's like a few songs, but you can kind of see like why like certain songs I kept throughout, and like a lot of songs I dropped. But with this collection of songs, I mean, yeah, I can like put myself in the headspace of where I was when I was making these songs, which is like really cool. And they all kind of, as I was like getting ready to release the album, I had to kind of like think through my experiences with each track and kind of like come up with a reason for it to be on the album outside
Mm,
of just like sounding good, if that makes sense.
yeah. So like, did you choose like I'm sure you choose a like specific order for the songs to go in as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, like I wanted them to kind of flow naturally between each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like here, let me go to the album. It had like a I had a very specific way of fuck, I can't find it. Um okay. Yeah, just like I wanted all the songs to like flow with each other, which is kind of what you want in an album. And I wanted like the quality of the songs to kind of be consistent throughout. I didn't want it to be like a drop off towards the end because I put
Yeah.
like my favorite song or one of my favorite songs last,
Mm,
which is a very important decision to kind of like make sure that, don't stop listening early because there's always better stuff,
yeah. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much it. I might upload this to YouTube actually, just as a kind of like to get it out to the other
Okay.
members of Score X and to sort of plan how we're going to shoot this. But no, this is really helpful. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
hope I'll be able to write something that fulfills kind of what you've talked about, and hopefully you'll like it, of course. And if you guys
If
want to
you
check out Ryan's album, it'll be
Oh yeah.
linked in the description, depending on what channel it goes up. This goes up. It'll probably just go up on my channel, to be honest. Um, but yeah, anything you want to say?
If you want my help writing it, let me know
Oh,
that
of
as
course.
well.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I've
Um,
already gotten I mean, I've already gotten like few people's like ideas and inputs and stuff, just sort of like
mhm.
tossing um different ideas around. But now that I might rewrite the entire thing, there's a lot to work with here, I think. So it's gonna be fun.
All right. Can I make like a small announcement? It's not like big, but like
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna once these videos start to kind of like roll out, I'm gonna kind of make Adamantem into something bigger than it is right now. Like that's kind of what my future plans for it are. Like I want to get more people involved. I don't want it to just be me because I low key like
Mm-hmm.
stole the name from the group that we had earlier. So I want to get like people that I respect and I think are creative involved like fast.
Yeah.
That's why all these music videos are happening. I want to like, I guess, kind of expand on the social media a little bit, um, and get artists that people haven't really heard of to kind of like give them more light, especially like students at the school and like
Yeah,
students
yeah,
from back home,
yeah.
musicians, artists like that. If you're interested, let me know if you want to work. If you make music, if make movies, film, whatever, I'm looking for creatives right now.
Yep. That's awesome, man. Yeah, a lot of opportunity for just college students. I think that's like the probably the audience that you're mostly trying to reach, like in terms of just like people
Yeah,
trying to like get their names out there. That's like, but that's what we're both trying to do. um
true.
yeah, it's really good opportunity, this kind of stuff. So
Yep.
yeah, man. Yeah, I really appreciate it again. And yeah, I'll let you know if I have any other questions, but yeah, I think that this is really helpful. This is definitely gonna help write the story itself. So
Thank you
Yeah,
very
thank you, man.
much.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you, William.
I got you, bro.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right, sounds good, man.
See ya.
All right, see ya.